Hey guys, you're watching Boogie Plays Games, or sometimes Boogie Plays Games, and today I want to talk a little bit about the pending death of the Nintendo Wii U. Now let me start off by saying I love my Wii U. I have used it pretty much every day since I unboxed it for my main channel back in November of 2012. I love the system. I play Smash on it, I play Mario Kart, I play Mario Maker. I think I own literally every first-party game and the majority of the third-party games that were ever made for it. I think I have a near-complete library for the system, and I love it. I really hate for this to happen, but today I'm going to talk a lot of shit about the console and the people who made it. Now, rumors are circulating that the Wii U is absolutely on its final legs. Rumor says that they will stop producing the console at the end of 2016. Nintendo has refuted that they'll stop it any earlier than that. They said they'll continue producing the console until end of year at least, but a lot of people are thinking end of year will be the day they shut the factories down to make room for the Nintendo NX, their next system. And certainly we are going to see a good amount of information about the NX at E3 this year, but we already have a lot of information. We have a potential launching date, which is sometime at the end of 2016. It should coincide with the Zelda title showing up on Wii U and the new system as well. We even have the patents that they hold that show a console slash handheld hybrid, handheld device that they'll probably be able to take with you to play games. But whenever you have these handheld devices, they pair with the main console and add additional power to create additional graphics. I don't really know. It's a bizarre system, but you can look at the patents right now if you want to learn more. But because this console is coming so quickly, I guess it is finally time to wave goodbye at all of our Wii U's, which is sad because I know a lot of you have been waiting to buy one, and now you'll probably just skip into the NX instead unless you find a Wii U on incredible clearance. I have to say, as a Nintendo fan and a Wii U owner, I'm kind of disappointed because there are a lot of games that I was hoping to get that we never got, but I am very satisfied with the library that is on that system. And if the next system happens to be backwards and compatible, then I'm going to be a very happy boy because I'll be able to play on that system as well. But the console has sold just barely over 10 million consoles, and man, that sucks. That is not a fraction of what the Xbox One has sold. It is not a fraction of what the PlayStation 4 has sold. It is one of the worst-selling Nintendo consoles of all time. And I think there's a lot of different factors that goes into that. I don't think first-party support was the problem. The first-party games that came out for this device were incredible. In fact, if I were able to, I would fill this gameplay channel with Mario Maker levels that I've designed or that I've been able to play in Mario Kart races and Pokken tournament fights and stuff like that. I just can't because of Nintendo's bizarre YouTube policies. And I've always said I think that's part of the problem. And I think you probably agree. The fact that I can't show you these games that I love, that I can't play them with you here without going through Nintendo's special program for showing gameplay here on this channel, and makes it impossible, basically impossible for me to do it, then I think you can realize that's a factor, but it's only one of the many factors that screwed this console over. The title itself was confusing to consumers. The Wii U. What the hell is a Wii U? I already have a Wii. Why do I need a Wii U? The fact that it had that handheld device, a lot of consumers thought that handheld device was simply the Wii U itself. And why would I pay $300 for a handheld device that pairs with my Wii? I've already got a Wii. That sounds like a ripoff. I bought all kinds of paraphernalia for my previous Wii, and it all sucked. This'll suck too. But the power of the machine played a pretty major role as well. Now, people who prefer graphics over gameplay and don't really care about Nintendo games, obviously they're going to choose a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One. But that was also the case with third-party support. Ubisoft tried to support the console in the early stages, but because of lagging sales, they gave up support. They were one of the only companies that were willing to work with Nintendo, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Then you have the stigma that follows Nintendo and Nintendo games. So many hardcore gamers are like, no, I won't play a game for kids. I won't play these childish shit. I don't want to play Kirby. I don't want to play Mario. I want to play hardcore. If I can't blow off heads, I'm not willing to play. Speaking of which, Nintendo, you really should let me blow off Mario's head at some point. That would be super badass. But Nintendo has reinforced that problem by many of these games of this generation simply not being challenging enough. And that's not to say there aren't some challenging games on the system, but for the most part, when they use their IPs, when they use their first-party licenses, they simply put out fluffy, silly games like Yoshi's Yarn World, which me and my wife barely played because it was even too easy for her, and she's still a bit of a platformer noob. But not only did Nintendo's bizarre YouTube policies keep hardcore gamers and die-hard fans like me from sharing their games, but the press all the way through refused to play along as well. If you check the IGNs and the Polygons and the Kotakus from the very beginning, they announced the Wii U as a failure before it even shipped. And that was probably reasonable to do so because of the hardware and because of how Nintendo runs their company, but at no point did they ever give it a chance. They pretty much slammed that console from the beginning all the way to the end. Even right now, they're joyously creating videos about the death of Nintendo, the death of fuck the Wii U, bury it in a grip, burn it, burn it, burn it. But for whatever reason, those authors and video creators are right. It is time to bury the Wii U. It is certainly a sad state of affairs, but with the NX coming to replace it and hopefully do 10 times, 20 times better than the Wii U did, the Wii U is ultimately a dead console with only a handful of games left to come out. I'm sure mine will stay hooked up for the next couple of years. We'll definitely continue to play Smash and other awesome games. Unless, of course, the NX turns out to be backwards compatible, then I don't know what the hell I'll do with the thing. Put it in my bedroom and play old games on it sometimes there and enjoy my NX in the front room. But the NX certainly has an uphill battle to fight when it drops later this year. Even if it's as powerful as a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, even if it's twice as powerful, it's got a big uphill climb to face. They absolutely have to lure the big AAA developers to come in and create third-party games for the system. That's something they failed to do last time, and if they fail to do it again, it's going to be a big issue for the system. They need to convince the press to give them a fair shake, because if right from the beginning the press is shutting them down and influencing buyers negatively, that's going to be so much more difficult to overcome. And they need to get rid of this weird YouTube policy. Why? Why would you do this? It's so weird that I can't play your games, Nintendo. I want to unbox an NX. I want to play your games with my fans. Please let me. And it's also my understanding that they have an uphill battle in their home country as well. I have read that in Japan, it is very difficult to sell at-home consoles. People prefer the handheld experience because they're often on the go there. They're not interested in another at-home console. Now, the NX does have that handheld device as a controller, and that might serve as letting you play some of your games out in the wild. But until we know how that works, we don't even know if they can beat that battle. Which is really weird, because if that is what they do, they'll be competing with the 3DS and the 3DS XL, including the new 3DS. And that's really, really weird to cut into your own market. Hell, I'm sitting here with my new 3DS XL in my pocket. I feel like it's brand new, and to think that that could also get retired when the NX launches? That's terrifying. But that might actually be the case, because as rumor has it, it looks like many places, such as GameStop, are showing that they will not be getting restocks by end of year of the new 3DS XL. How weird is that? I don't know what Nintendo's doing, but they're about to turn this game upside down. But even though I consider myself a Nintendo fanboy for life, I guess it is time to finally say goodbye to my good friend the Wii U. I'll miss you, buddy. I feel like I hardly knew you, which is probably true because I really only played about 6 of the 20 games I own on a regular basis. But hey, they were good games. They were really good games. So what do you guys think? Did you ever own a Wii U? Do you still want to get one, especially now that they're probably going to drop in price? Are you interested in an NX? Will you plan to pick one up? I'm really curious to find out. Sorry again, I've been wanting to put more gameplay here in the back of these videos, but I can't. Nintendo won't let me, so maybe the next time. Guys, I love you very much. Thanks for watching. I'll speak with you again soon.